My name is Don Cox. I'm the owner of Cox Excalibur Brangus. We've been in the Brangus business for over 30 years. Back in 1983, when we started breeding red Brangus, our main goal was to produce the best red Brangus genetics for the breed, not only to help us grow our herd, but to also help our commercial cattlemen who buy our bulls and the registered breeders who use our cattle to help their purebred operation. I love working on the land, and I love coming out here and seeing the new calves being born, the new production we've worked on, the new genetics. It's such a joy to see the improvement after all these years in the cattle, and we're going to continue to improve in the years to come. Everybody always wants to know, how did you name it Cox Excalibur? Well, my initial goal was I wanted to be on the cutting edge of the cattle business. I wanted the best red Brangus possible. And so Excalibur, as you may know, was King Arthur's, the name of his sword. So we wanted to be on the cutting edge, therefore Cox Excalibur became the name. And when we started breeding these cattle, we started with one red Brangus, and we went to a sale and selected what we thought to be the best female in that sale, and I made my goal to leave there that day with her, and we did. And from there, we've built our herd to one of the largest red Brangus herds in the United States. Red Brangus was chosen by Cox Excalibur because of the hot, humid climate that our ranch is in. Everyone should select their cattle for the environment and the area that they're in. And we felt like that the red Brangus cattle gave us that animal that could grow on grass, which has been our goal, also maintain good body heat, also breed back in the heat of the summer. And we actually have our best calving season in the spring. We put our cattle out middle of June and take them through the middle of August, right in the middle of the heat, and they breed year after year and handle that humidity. One of the things that I try to convince people that when you get in this business, it's not a very quick business. You don't get in and 2 years later develop the entire herd or your ranch. It takes many years to develop the genetics, which we have done, and we currently have about 11 outcrossed animals from all the different genetics, and we use those to cross back and forth to improve our herd. Genetics are very important to a purebred operation, and what we at Cox Excalibur have done for years is we don't try to go more than 2 years without bringing in a new line of genetics. And over the years, I selected the best red Angus bulls in the entire red Angus breed, and I would bring that bull in and breed back to our half-blood cows to produce that quarter blood that I then could go back and breed to our half-bloods and produce first generation 3/8, 5/8. And people always wondered, how did we get new genetics in without getting the problems of scurs or horns or off color? Well, we did that because our half-blood cows were multi-generation, 6, 7, 8, 9 generations of half-bloods. So all those imperfections were out of the animals. And then we took that first generation quarter blood and bred him to that half-blood for the 3/8, 5/8 animal. Here at Cox Excalibur, our main goal is to produce, number one, an animal that can grow on grass. I found out years ago, if you want to make money in the cattle business, you cannot do it by feeding your cattle all the time. They have to maintain, breed back, and produce a calf at or around 50% of that mama's body weight. And by developing those genetics, we are looking for an animal that's got a deep body, got a little extra length, They've got to have natural muscling. We want a good foundation underneath them with good bone. And one of the most important things that I find people not doing in the cattle business, you want your bulls to look like bulls. That bull has got to have a bull head. It doesn't need to have a feminine looking head. And if you can do that in your bulls, you're going to produce animals that the commercial guy will buy to put on his cattle, and it also helps you improve for your purebred operation. One of my initial goals when I started this ranch was, as is any business that I have, I found out that your business is only as successful as the people you have working for you. And I was lucky and very fortunate to get who I think to be the best ranch manager in the U.S., and that's Jose Ramirez. And I got Jose, he spent 10 years at Granada, then he spent 3 years working for Windy Acres, and when they called and told me they were moving to Nebraska and Jose wasn't going with them, I interviewed him. He came to work here. That's been 25 years ago. And Jose is a great genetics expert. He's great with cattle. And we're proud to have Jose be our ranch manager and thank him for all the fine years of hard work in helping us develop this program. One of the programs we developed at Cox Excalibur, we call our CX Production Partner Program. And what that entails is we invite other breeders to buy our genetics. And because we realize that not everybody can get big enough in the cattle business to have their own annual production sale, we let our production partners bring their calves out of our genetics back to our CX Advantage sale the second Saturday every October. And in that sale, we help them sell their cattle, we market them for them, and I think if you talk to our production partners, they've been very successful in doing that. What we do is we'll sell about 8 or 10 Hertz-sire prospects for the purebred breeder, and then we also sell somewhere between 75 and 90 females. And those are selected from our herd, which typically will sell about 50 heifers a year in that sale. And the other 30 or 40 heifers come from our production partners, which we also go and hand select those. They have to meet certain criteria to be in the sale. We don't just sell an animal, we want to sell a top quality genetic package for our customers that come to the CX Advantage sale. We invite you to come out to Cox Excalibur anytime. We'd love to show you our ranch and our cattle and how we raise them.